Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Physicians Formula Muru Muru Baby Butter Box that they put out for $14.99. And it's got the new exclusive shade in it from the Butter Lippies, and this one's called Bellos. So I'm just going to kind of quickly go through the items one by one. Somewhere up on the screen I will put a quick shot of what it looks like, you know, in the kit. But there are some hits, there are some misses, which kind of surprised me because I genuinely thought this whole kit was going to be a hit for me. So basically these are smaller travel size versions of products that they have that are pretty popular. A couple of these formulas I never got a chance to try before, so I was excited to try them out. But real quick, we'll just go through what I did like. So no surprise here, the first thing up is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and they call it the Baby Butter Bronzer, which is super cute. And this is just in the original bronzer. That's what it looks like inside. This is pretty much everybody's favorite. Everyone loves this thing. Of course, we know I do. I've talked about it many a times before. So that's what I use to bronze up my face. This is also what I use to put into the crease of my eye. And we'll talk about why in a second. But from the scent to the formula to the texture to the color to the blendability, everything about it is beautiful. No complaints there. And next up here is the Pearl Baby Butter Highlighter. Something else that I love from them. Their highlighters are freaking amazing. Again, from the texture to the formula, to the feeling on the skin, to the blindingness of it. Their freaking highlighters are blinding. And I use the highlighter as the inner corner color to the eye look today. Just because the eyeshadow palette itself didn't really come with anything, and I'll show you that now. So this is Barefoot in Brazil and Sundown. So I believe this is Barefoot in Brazil and this is Sundown. And this little eyeshadow duo I really don't care for. The matte one performed pretty well. I mean, there was nothing to complain about except for the fact that it was way too light for this shadow. So if you're gonna put together a pan that's just a duo look thing, I would hope that there would be a color that would be dark enough to put into the crease, but this was so light that basically all I could do with it was use it to set down my primer. So I was a little disappointed by that, just because the color choice didn't make sense to me to go with a shimmery shade like this that was so dark. I don't particularly care for this shimmery shade. It could have just been a one, you know, all over the lid one color look, but as I started putting it on, I knew I wasn't gonna like it, which is what prompted me to use the highlighter as the inner corner color, because I felt like that was gonna bring a little more dimension and really make the eye look pop. And it was a fun way to use something else that came in this little kit here to add to it, but I was just not a fan of this. I felt like a darker color for the crease would have made much more sense. I ended up using the bronzer as my crease color just to, you know, kind of pull it together, but this is just not a favorite of mine. The shimmery shade was a little crumbly too. Nothing crazy. I was able to just sweep it away with a fan brush, but just I'm not a fan of this. This was our first time trying the shadows from them, and I'm just not crazy about it at all. And then on to this blush. I'm not a fan of this blush. They've had blushes before that I absolutely love. This is just not one of them. Once you put that blush on, your entire cheek is going to freaking glow. That may work for some people. It doesn't work for me. I prefer to control where my highlight is, and it's just this gold dusted look all over everything. I think the color on its own without all that gold dust nonsense would have been an absolutely gorgeous coral color, but just that alone, it kills it for me. That's also why I didn't use the highlighter as I normally would. That just killed it for me. I was not okay with that at all. This just did not make me happy. So yeah, I just, you know, and it's funny because, where is this thing? Last year when they put out a kit, they had put out this Butter Collection palette. I got mine in medium deep because I wanted it more for once I tan. So they had the deeper bronzer in it, and then they had this gorgeous blush in here, which there's no gold dust in it. There's no kind of any dust in it. It's just a beautiful, I would say soft matte color, because there is a slight sheen to it. So when you put it on, if you choose not to get a highlight, it won't look just dry and matte. there will still be a softness to your skin so that it just blends beautifully. But it's just, that's the formula I was expecting out of this, and that's not what I got at all. That gold dust thing, it just completely killed it for me. Not happy about that at all. And this lip, I don't know what they were thinking about this lip. First of all, there's a taste that is just there. It doesn't matter if you're licking your lips or not, because I've like been consciously trying to really not lick my lips, and the taste is just there. And I would rather not be tasting it the entire time it's on my lips. The color, whatever is going on in this color, it's like there's like gold flecks and purple and pink and everything else. If it was just a solid coral color, it would look so much more beautiful. But this mess going on, and then it's very greasy too, very slippery, very slidey. It's bleeding into the corners of my lips. It's bleeding outside the lines of my lips. I mean, it just, this is not what I was expecting at all. I was really disappointed. I was hoping to love it, but I just ended up being really disappointed. And then for the colors they chose, I guess the lip kind of matches the cheek, but the eyes are so random. This gold bronze thing doesn't match anything else. It doesn't match the cheek. It doesn't match the lip. So to put that all together in a kit just seems very odd to me, because it's not like, it doesn't flow. None of it really goes together. So it was just kind of like, I'm not really loving that. But last but not least, let's not forget the scent. When this came out last year, man, I fell in love with it. I still have a pinch left in the bottle that came out last year, so I was super excited to see this. I think if you love this scent, this alone is worth the $14.99. But I was definitely super happy. Like, as soon as I opened the box, I immediately had to spray before I even started my face, because I was just way too excited about that. But yeah, so the kit is $14.99. There are some hits and misses for me. I think it's pretty much even, because the scents, the highlighter, and the bronzer were hits for me, and then the eyeshadow duo, the blush, and the lip were misses for me. So, you know, it's a toss-up. Was it worth the $14.99? Yes, for that scent alone, I'm gonna say that it was, but it's totally up to you. So in case you were interested, in case you're seeing smoke, my candle just blew itself out. Yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. If you have any further questions about any of the products that I mentioned, please feel free to leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If you haven't already, please comment, rate, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You all have an amazing rest of the week and wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.